Hello, my name is Chidi. Today I just want to start off by showing appreciation for everything, for being a part of this project with the House of Lords. I want to thank you especially for partaking in the last series, Ego Our Common Enemy, in your likes, in your comments, in your questions. We deeply appreciate you for being a part of this, and want to also let you know that this is going to be a promising project. It's going to be something interesting, something worth your time, something that would help you, evolve yourself, something that will help you in an interesting, stuff that would help us all evolve. So thank you very much for your contributions, for your likes and for your comments. Today I want us to talk about something new, different, that relates to all of us, that we find interesting and we find in common. It's called the hierarchy of consciousness. So I want us to, take this new series and break it down into maybe four or maybe five episodes, and so to give us more insight to discuss these things in details. So the hierarchy of consciousness, we'd like to talk about a brief operational definition of consciousness as the state of being aware or being responsive to our environment. But on this one today, we'll talk about consciousness as it relates to responsiveness, as it relates to responsibility. Why does one person, for instance, grow, the others tends to stagnate, and others, tend to regress? So we want to look at it together, you and I, and see how this hierarchy of consciousness affects individual person's growth. So having defined consciousness, I also need us to understand, and perhaps you already know, that maturity is not a function of your age, your academic qualifications, or your marital status. It's purely or grossly a question of your ability to take on responsibility. So the more responsibility you take, the better and faster your maturity. So having said that, we also need to understand that it was Albert Einstein that says no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. So in other words, if a particular level of consciousness created a problem, you can't solve that problem staying in that level of consciousness. You actually need to go a step up or a notch up to solve that problem. So this is why we want to bring you this series, Hierarchy of Consciousness, and so you can understand every day in, day out, in your relationship with your neighbors, with your spouse, with your family members, with your boss, at the place of work, you can become more aware of this hierarchy of consciousness, and you know exactly where you are and how to play around it. So quickly, the hierarchy of consciousness can be found in 4 steps. You can find this hierarchy in 4 steps, and you have the first step, which is step 1 for the blamer, step 2 for the responder, step 3 for the empowerer, and step 4 for the sent. So we'll go through these steps one after the other and lay more emphasis on it. So at the end of this episode, you can talk to yourself and say, for instance, how am I going to move from this level or this step to the next step? And you can use that to position yourself for growth. You can use that to position some other person for growth. You can use that to position your reports for growth and all of that. So it's going to be an interesting conversation, and I encourage you to be a part of this project, this series. And if you by chance enjoyed this video, please like it and share it and subscribe to our channel. Until we meet again, stay factful, stay blunt.